when you have a concept if you have a research sort of a background or inclination to do research, especially in the psycho-oncology field, the first thing I suppose you might have as part of your ideas would be a research idea. So then to progress it through to a full-fledged study and to make sense out of the idea, we need to develop that. So I suppose a concept development workshop is a fantastic first step. If you have a concept to develop it further, how do you do that? And for that, the PoCoG concept development workshop I thought was a great idea. I had the privilege of working with one of our psycho-oncologists, Lisa, who I just had a chat with and did a bit of brainstorming. And in fact, she suggested that this is actually a good idea. In retrospect, definitely it was. The concept development workshop is well sort of structured, I would say. It had this the template which helps gives structure to your idea, and you're forced to think in a structured manner right from the beginning. So that I thought was one of the main advantages of developing your idea through this process. So literally, I was forced to put my ideas into words, and that kind of gave it a structure. And then obviously I submitted it to PoCoG, and they went through the process and came back and said that this idea sounds good and we're happy for you to present for further development. So it all kind of fitted well, and I think to develop an idea further, this is a fantastic first step. This idea has been sort of at the back of my mind for a while, and I was just other things get into the way, and you sometimes it can go down to the back end of your drawer. So after discussing with Lisa, and when she suggested that this will be a good first step to do, I thought, and I'll give it a go. And I'm quite glad that I actually did give it a go, because I have managed to further progressed that idea, which was there at the back of my mind. I've been able to progress it further now. And right now, I'm in the process of developing the idea into a full-blown protocol, which is like after the workshop. It helped to actually progress my research idea into a proper protocol and set the process in play. As part of the guidelines for the meeting, I was told that I would need to make a presentation about 5 to 10 minutes, and then there will be a discussion with the group of experts, group of psycho-oncology experts, and then further feedback can be taken and further steps can be taken. So that was the whole how the whole thing panned out. The room, I think there was around 30 plus people who are really experts in the field. And even prior to the meeting, I did receive a feedback, and uh, that was incorporated into my presentation. So there was already some refinement happening. But after the actual presentation, when I was actually interacting with all these experts, and there were so many questions being thrown out. There were excellent suggestions coming through from the expert crowd. And also, I was quite impressed, or quite motivated by the positive sort of energy within the room. And everybody was quite supportive that the idea is actually good for further development. So it was really a very good vibe, and the energy level was good. And I was quite impressed with that, and felt quite motivated actually to uh, take in all that feedback, all the positive vibe, and motivating me to further develop this into a full-blown protocol and proceed further with the research idea. First thing is, have no doubt, if you have a research um, idea, either partially formed or even like fully formed idea where in your mind, put it forward in the psycho-oncology in the psycho-oncology space. Just put it forward to the concept development workshop. They got excellent group of experts attend the workshop, and it gives you a much wider perspective of what things can be improved upon, what things will work, what things won't work, and you can actually fine tune your idea into a protocol in a much more sort of comprehensive manner, so that you don't run into issues later down the line, because you get feedback from all these experts who have been doing this for a long time. So make use of the expertise and make use of the feedback, and it'll go a long way in fine tuning your research question and developing a full protocol, because the experts, they people who have done this before, they know where the pitfalls would be, what sort of roadblocks you are likely to encounter as you go along your study. And it's a fantastic opportunity, and the feedback is very genuine. So if your idea is not feasible, it's important to know early, rather than spending a lot of time and finding out later that this may not work. And as far as I'm concerned, and I got a good feedback, and I was informed that the PoCoG was happy to support this going forward, and we could utilize the resources of that PoCoG offer for research in this field going forward, especially the consumer feedback. That's something which definitely would be very important for any sort of psycho-oncology related uh, research work. So I work full-time in a clinical role, and this idea, and I wasn't really sure where I was going with this research project that I had in mind. But after going through the process, and after receiving all that feedback, and also after discussing with our psycho-oncologist in our institution, Lisa BT, so I we are seriously thinking about developing this project into a full-blown, actually, PhD project. So that's something which I didn't think about before the meeting, and before all this happened. So I think it can be quite a sort of an inspiring experience to do better than what you plan to do, so as to say. Yeah.